So it's the end of 2019, the end of a decade, the 2010s, and well, I mean, I'm not going to do a decade in review, but as of course, we're doing a year in review because a lot of you actually quite liked last year's one, and I do definitely have some things to say about this year. So, yeah, honestly, this year wasn't as good as last year. I'll say that much. Like 2018 last year was definitely probably the best year of my life, and that's not to say that this year wasn't. Like, well, sorry, that's not to say this year was bad. I definitely will admit that this year started out very, very poorly. You might have noticed that just in terms of video production back in January and February. But yeah, the first 2 months of this year were not that good, really. There's no real way to put it. I had a lot of things going in my life personally, and yeah, really the only thing to pull me through was starting university in March. And thankfully, like, because those first 2 months, like the negative stuff that did happen, it was really, really, really bad. I'm just gonna come clean about that. I wasn't really in a good place. But then the rest of the year happened, and despite having bouts of inactivity, especially with gall.P, my personal life this year was pretty amazing, honestly. Like, I loved it. University was everything that it shaped up to be. I have an amazing group, doing pretty well academically, and even just outside of that, a big shout out to Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. As some of you may know, I've been dabbling in competitive Smash Bros. And that's been just a joy to participate in. Just the community, at least here in Victoria in Australia, is amazing. But just even beyond that, like my university group, and even during January and February, I sort of formed, or at least extended my current social group. And that's been a real pleasure to be a part of this entire year. And you know, it's something that I didn't really have say the past like 3-4 years. But yeah, it's really nice to be a part of a group, have your place, and have everyone sort of love and respect you and just want you there. It's awesome. And even this year, just like throughout the rest of the year, gall.P, we did some. There are a lot of things in the work, and I was kind of disappointed that we didn't hit 100k, but I sort of saw that coming when all the stuff was happening at the start of the year, and I knew that it just wasn't going to be my year. Because last year we had an absolutely phenomenal year. We absolutely crushed it. And this year, like, that's not to say we didn't do well this year. Like, I think we started this year just before 70k, and here we are on the brink of 100,000 subscribers, and that's dumb. That's actually dumb to think that I'm that close to that absurd number. And I only have the people watching this right now to thank. So, thank you. Speaking of milestones, yes, you're probably all wondering where the 90k special is. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you just come to expect that it's going to be late, which admittedly some of you have. But I was actually very good about this. I did record the Q&A, session 9, but the video didn't go through. So now I have to re-record that. And as you can tell, it's kind of hard to re-record something when my style of Q&A is going into it very blind. So I've had to like take a bit of a break, wait for new comments to come through, and some have, thankfully. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a hassle to redo that, but it is on the way, probably sometime into the next year. But yeah, I'm glad that I could get a few more covers out before the end of this year. I have been slacking a lot. I mean, obviously Christmas, New Year, the Christmas season this Christmas was nutty, absolutely nutty. I loved this year's Christmas so much. It was definitely different. But if you saw on my Twitter, actually I'm not sure if you saw on my Twitter, I don't know if did I do it? I don't know if I posted it on Twitter or not, but I splurged pretty hard this Christmas because I'm someone that loves to give gifts. I'm sort of at that I wouldn't say at that age, but like I'm at that point where I don't really care about getting gifts anymore, but I love giving gifts to people. And I went pretty hard for my friends. So surprisingly, there wasn't much of a dent in my wallet as I thought there would be. But yeah, that was really nice. And it was me and my best friend. We ended up driving around day before Christmas, Christmas Eve, and just delivering it all because him and I had the same idea. And yeah, it was just a blast just to see all our friends just like light up. And there's a feeling that you get that is pretty indescribable when like the sheer joy that you see in someone when they receive a gift or something thoughtful. And that's something that I'm proud that I can do. But anyway, I think that's really it for the year. I mean, like we had our milestones. There are a lot of things in development for when 100k hits. Like, I am so excited for when 100k hits because I have things lined up and I'm really excited. One thing I do want to get into, talking into next year, 2020, the new decade. I want to get back into streaming. I've developed a new layout with the help of my good friend Densumal, as you hopefully know him. So I developed a new layout, and you know, I'm probably just gonna bring this boy over to my stream setup because, you know, I'm not bothered purchasing new parts when I have a perfectly fine piece of work right here. So yeah, I mean, streams should hopefully be better. I haven't actually tested them out on this computer yet, but if the Twitch streams when I used to do them on this computer are any indication, it should be pretty fine. And yeah, I want to try to do them a lot more regularly, considering I do have January and February off. So that's going to be great. I know a lot of you have been asking for them. And with the plans that I have for 100,000 subscribers, it will definitely lend itself to being more a more regular occurrence streaming, that is. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say. Like, it started off the year being a little like pretty bad, but then it slowly developed into something amazing. I'd still hold 2018 into a much higher regard than this year, but this year by no means was a terrible year. This year was pretty good. It was honestly amazing. All the people I got to meet. If the negative stuff had to have happened to me at all, which it eventually has to, just to the nature of what the negative stuff was. Sorry that I'm keeping this personal. I just prefer to keep it that way. But if there was any time for it to happen, it was actually good that it happened this year, because it's like a new chapter of my life, like leaving high school, going into university, being very, like, a lot more independent now, and it's great. It's a good learning curve, and, you know, we work with it. I welcome it with open arms, and we did well with it. I'm really happy, honestly. Like, from what the year started, I'm repeating myself now, but from what the year started to what it has become, I'm honestly very happy. And even, honestly, that's also thanks to you guys. Like, sometimes I wake up and I see comments on my phone, and it's amazing just to see people like interact with the video, give me compliments, love and enjoy the content that I produce. And even sometimes if I'm feeling a bit down, like, I'll check my inbox, or at least I'll see out of the corner of my eye that I got a new message, because obviously in my mail I get my comments, and it's like such and such has commented on a video, and I'll read the comment, and it just puts me right back up into a good mood. So honestly, it's yeah, I don't know, you guys are awesome, let me just say that. But I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Things planned for 2020, live streaming, some secret stuff for 100k, of course the 90k Q&A, and I believe there should be one last video coming out for this year. So I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you all for sticking through me through 2019, and hope you all had a safe and happy holiday season, and I'll see you guys in the new year.